guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Well, we got a news drop today about Kouri Richins, our favorite children's book author about grief. Well, she's apparently being accused of witness tampering. Doesn't seem like her, does it? Well, actually, I think it's right up her alley, you know. I think she'd do about anything to get out of this conviction that she killed her husband. This alleged allegation. Let's make sure I state that. So basically, they found a letter in her jail cell. What they're stating is the paperwork filed on September 15th. The state of Utah submitted a letter to the court entitled Walk the Dog letter. It's a 6-page handwritten note the deputies found in Kouri's cell. In it, Kouri Richins instructs her mother, Lisa Darden, to have Richins' brother, Ronald Darden, lie about her dead husband. Because she wouldn't ask anybody to lie for her now, would she? She allegedly wanted her brother to tell the court that her husband got the pills that caused his death from New Mexico. So let me go through the letter here. It is, like I said, 6 pages here. And it looks like that's the envelope. Photo of the torn envelope with documents in there. Again, they could always search her cell. So she's not the brightest, bulb in there and all that. So this is the letter that the guards found in her cell. They're calling it Walk the Dog because obviously at the top it says Walk the Dog. But take vague notes so you remember. Whatever that means. Sky is saying even if the gummies have fentanyl in them, the prosecutor will say, I tried to put the fentanyl in the gummies so Eric would have them. Stupid, I know, but that's what she's thinking. We will still test them, though. However, she wants to link Eric getting drugs and pills from Mexico. It's a little hard to read some of her handwriting, so bear with me on this, folks. So we need some kind of connection. Her private investigator is doing some research on the ranch/cartel place Eric would stay at. Here is what I'm thinking, but you have to talk to Ronnie. He would probably have to testify to this, but it's super short notice to it. He will need to tell Sky at the meeting next week. Upon information and belief, just like they say, a year prior to Eric's death, Ronnie was over watching football one Sunday, and Eric and Ronnie were chatting about Eric's Mexico trips. Eric told Ronnie he gets pain pills and fentanyl from Mexico from the workers at the ranch. Not to tell me because I would get mad because I always said he just gets high every night and would help take care of the kids. There are pictures in my phone of Eric passed out on the floor or in the chair. Ronnie should have texts from Eric talking about getting high as well. Eric told Ronnie he keeps them in an allergy pill bottle in his work truck, so I wouldn't find them. Ronnie never told me about the conversation. Eric finally told me and asked if Carmen could get him some. I think it says Carmen. Eric never wanted anyone to know he had an issue, especially get caught. He had always wanted Kouri to go down for him. When they traveled, Eric would put his drugs in Kouri's bag at the airlines right before they boarded. That way, if they were caught, Kouri got in trouble, not him. Once they got to wherever they were going, Eric would pull the drugs out of her bag and it would cause a huge fight. She was pissed. He would risk her going to jail for his drug use. He just would laugh about it. Eric couldn't run his image that he had drug issues, so he would do whatever he had to. Kouri has never done any type of pills, didn't like them. Rarely would she consume them, only if Eric begged her because it was a special occasion. Yeah, she's not the best writer here. And yet she's a children's book author. Go figure. Reword this however he needs to make the point, just to include it all. Yeah. Okay, Kouri. The connection has to be made with Mexico and drugs. Ronnie will have the messages to prove Eric confided in him about getting high. It can be short and to the point, but has to be done. Upon information and belief, LOL. They never found pain pills or fentanyl in my house because he hid it in an allergy bottle in the work truck. And Cody emptied out work truck within a week, so they were never found. When you talk to Ronnie about this, meet up with him in person. I worry sometimes your house and phone are bugged. Nervous a lot, Kouri? Maybe drive down to SL or SC and meet him after work. Without Bree, Sky has to make the connection between Eric and Mexico because that makes the most sense in her mind. If it's Ronnie's information and belief about the conversation over football, she can use that as a connection. Tell Ronnie don't overanalyze it, like you're doing right now. It was a quick 2-minute conversation, LOL. Yeah, it's so funny, Kouri. It's truly funny. Tell him I need him to go do this. Bring me home and then we will get those damn bitches. Also, please text Lotto or call. Tell him do not text me anything about us doing things together ever, like church skiing trips. Nothing that puts us together. It doesn't look good. We're so close to the end. Let's push through. Have the conversation with Ronnie before he meets with Sky. Then tell him to tell Sky at the meeting about the conversation. Hang in there. We're almost there. Love you to the moon. Heart. Take vague notes of all this so you remember before you walk the dog. All right. Looks like page 4. So she's not done talking. I saw a commercial yesterday. Utah Mortgage Relief. Google them, please. It's for people behind on their mortgage. Can you see if they can help at all on Marissa's house, please? We have to get hers, yours, and Chelsea's taken care of ASAP. Try to go to that place in Kansas. What about asking Lotto to do a loan solely in his name and not have you on there? I know he can do a home equity line of credit on his house in Hideout. Not sure if he would, but I know he has like $1 million in equity. Maybe he just doesn't know about a HELOC, home equity. If he wants to help me, taking care of these loans is most important. I don't give a shit about the yodels. Okay. Remember, I told you one way to get at Katie is going through my phone and finding a picture of her girls, even with the boys. Print 15 copies and send them out anonymously to different media companies. Obviously, don't email the pictures so it's not traceable. She would be livid if it got out to the public. You would just have to do it sneakily and be careful. She would try and trace it back to you. If not, no worries. Sky is having the My Girls do the first interview with Good Morning America. Please tell Chelsea to bring up that he hasn't been to church in the 13 years she has known him. And Eric would brag to her, about how much he drank and did pills in high school. Tell Kelsey to say Eric always wanted Kouri to go down for him. For example, he would put drugs in her suitcase when we would travel together, so if anyone got caught, it was Kouri. He would put it in her bag right before they left the house, so Kouri didn't know. Then when we would land wherever, Eric would take them out of her bag, and Kouri would be pissed, and they would argue about it. Let Kelsey to say how Eric didn't care and would just laugh about it and say, well, I can't get in trouble, as if it was okay that I got in trouble. Have Selma talk to Eric in Spain, not being able to drink, so he was looking for drugs the entire time, and explain the drink the waitress gave him, and how I called his doctor and want to It went to the pharmacy immediately. Have Allie talk about how the sisters have always been jealous of me because anything they could do, Kouri could do better. Being a mom, college stay-at-home wife until she built $1 million company. Well, you sure can't spell a million, can you? A nice house, car, everything. She had, they wanted. This comes down to jealousy, money, and Eric's partying that they didn't want to acknowledge, and sadly, an accidental overdose. Lastly, don't forget to work on the gun receipts. We want to file charges and let the prosecutor not do anything about it, to use her in our defense. Will you buy a box of Crest white strips, open them up, put in an envelope, and have Sky give them to me? You can tell her what's in the envelope. I'm sure she won't care. I'll make sure they can't be found in my cell. My teeth are yellow from so much coffee and tea all day. I love you, I love you, I love you. Hang in there, we're getting there slowly. You're the best mom in the whole wide world. I'm so lucky to have you. Well, I don't think Kouri, for one, is a very good writer. I guess you don't have to be a very good writer to be a children's author, and that's no slam on good children's authors, but she must have had a really good editor. That's my only thinking on that. But otherwise, I think she needs to take some lessons on letter writing, maybe from Sarah Boone. Maybe we can connect these two, alleged murderers. Maybe they could become pen pals from across the country. Might be something worth doing. Show Sarah that maybe she needs her legal advice and how to write the proper letter, not only to her family, but heck, you can write some letters to the judge too if you want, Kouri. Sarah Boone can tell you how. But it goes to show she's definitely not she's not the brightest crayon in the box. I have to say, I think she's screwed, and she's trying to pin this stuff right back at her husband, and obviously it's all her. She's a liar, and she's deceptive, and she's allegedly a murderer. The only ones I feel sorry for right now are her kids, and obviously some of the family, obviously, but her kids are the ones I feel the most sorry for. They lost their father through all this, and now their mom's in jail being charged with the murder of their father. Yeah. Alright, guys, well, let me know what you think of this crazy letter. The Walk the Dog letter, I guess as they're calling it. It's a very strange title or wording to it, because she thought that would persuade everybody to think it was nothing in there. Her 6 pages of mumbo jumbo talking about make sure you get this in when you talk to them and testify, because we want to make sure they know that it's all about Eric. He's the one that took all these drugs and he got them. Yeah, okay. Alright, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I should have some Delphi stuff coming at you probably tomorrow. Stay tuned to my community tab for that. I've been looking into this huge crazy Frank's motions drop. It is insane. With that said, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and most of all, stay safe.